Hi, I'm Tosin. Walt Disney's family was from Ireland. The family settled down first in Canada. In 1878, his father moved to the United States because of the gold rush. He met his wife in Florida. Later, the family moved to Chicago. Walt Disney was born in Chicago in 1901. When he was young, his father always struggled at work. When his father came home, he took out his rage on his children and wife. In 1911, the family moved to Kansas City. When Walt was a little kid, his father asked him to deliver newspapers in his spare time. Walt Disney always managed to deliver the newspapers on time in any weather at any time. However, his father always took away the money that Walt earned. In 1917, his father moved the family back to the city. In the fall of the same year, Walt Disney went to high school. He was a hard-working boy. He also attended night courses to learn the art. Later, he started joining patriotic topics on World War I for the school newspaper. In 1918, Walt signed up for the Army Forces because he wanted to participate in World War I, but he had been refused because he was too young. Later, he volunteered for the Red Cross and was sent to France. He worked as an ambulance driver for a year. Walt Disney painted many cartoon characters on the ambulance car, and the car became a local landmark. After returning home, Disney started working as a night watchman for a factory. The job gave him the time to study drawing. In 1919, Disney started to create cartoons for newspapers. However, this job was not suitable for him. He was upset and frustrated. But later, his brother helped him to find a job at an art studio. He created advertisements for newspapers, magazines, and movie theaters. But by the end of Christmas, he lost the job. He learned how the advertising business worked in the studio. During that period, Walt Disney met UB Earth Eworks. In 1920, Disney and UB established a company called Eworks Disney Commercial Artist. Disney was working hard to develop the company. The company grew rapidly. Soon they moved into a new office. They earned some money, so they went to the movie theater quite often. They were surprised by the cartoons in the cinema. One day, Disney was reading the newspaper. He saw a job advertisement for an animator from a film company. He was interested and he went to the interview. The work and payment were quite attractive. In February 1920, he joined the new company. During the work, he became interested in animations. After working for a few weeks, Disney told himself he wanted to be an animator. On May 18, 1922, Disney established Gram Studio. He created 2 short animated films. The films were spread throughout America. But even though both films were popular, Disney did not get any payment from his sales agents. He went bankrupt. He fell into extreme poverty. He had no money for clothes or food. Later, a dentist asked him to make a promotional video. The dentist invited Disney to his house to discuss the business, but Disney couldn't go because he had no shoes to wear. He left the shoes at the repair shop. The owner did not let him have them back because Disney did not pay him. Later, the dentist went to Disney's home. He gave him $1.5 for the shoes and $500 for the video. This work gave Disney confidence. Later, Disney released a 10-minute advertising film. The dentist was satisfied. A few years later, the dentist made another order. Disney earned some money from the video project, so he decided to leave Kansas City and move to Hollywood. He wanted to set up a cartoon studio. Before going to Hollywood, Disney finished the animation Alice Wonderland. In 1923, he arrived in Hollywood. At that time, Hollywood had already become the center of the world's cinema. On the first day, Disney worked around film sets from morning till night. He was so excited and he was studying the process of making movies. He wanted to be successful here. But at the time, he only had $40 in his pocket and 1 shirt in his suitcase. After various attempts, Disney was frustrated. But he did not give up. Later, he rented a small garage. In 1923, Walt Disney and his brother Roy founded the Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio. In December of the same year, Disney produced the first comedy series, Alice Day at Sea. 3 years later, the studio received an order. A producer asked them to create an animated character. Disney's partner created the Oswald Rabbit. The project was successful. In 1928, Disney flew to New York City. He planned to discuss a higher fee to produce the Oswald Rabbit cartoon series. However, the producer told him that they wanted to cut expenses by 20%. Disney was angry. He couldn't accept such conditions, so they didn't make this series. Later, his company was short of money. Most of their animators resigned except Eworks. In the spring of 1928, Disney asked Eworks to create a new character. Eworks tried many sketches of animals. However, Disney did not like the ideas. 3 years earlier, the team had created a cute mouse. That mouse inspired the team to create the Mickey Mouse. Therefore, Disney asked Ewers to improve the original sketches of Mickey Mouse. On May 15, 1928, the team used Mickey Mouse in a short cartoon. However, the audience was not impressed by the new character. But again, Disney did not give up. 5 months later, Mickey Mouse appeared in Steamboat Willie. This time, Mickey Mouse became popular. Because the Mickey Mouse series was so successful, the Disney team released a series of short films called Silly Symphony. By 1932, Mickey Mouse had become the children's favorite cartoon character. The same year, Disney noticed that they were having more and more competitors. One of their competitors was Max Fleischer. He created the famous Betty Boop. 1 year later, Disney released another short film, The Three Little Pigs. This film was a hit in the cinema for a long time. Later, the Disney studio created the famous Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. This film played an important role in the animation industry and business. However, before they started making the film, Walt's brother estimated the expected cost of the film. He was shocked. It would be a $500,000 project. To get the money, Disney turned to the loan officers for help. After a long discussion and explanation, the loan officers believed in Disney. After 3 years of work, it was finally released. On December 21st, 1937, the film came out at the movie theater. The audience loved it. Snow White brought them a profit of $8 million. In today's money, $132 million. His success was not accidental or unexpected. Walt Disney had been working very hard to reach this goal. This film immediately made Walt Disney a millionaire. In 1940, the Disney studio released the film Pinocchio. When the United States entered World War II, most of the Disney studio's facilities cooperated with the US Army. In the post-war period, the studio started working on Cinderella. It was the most popular animated film since Snow White. But later, Walt Disney was tired of the long-term film production industry. He got a new idea about his future business. He wanted to build a theme park. He gave it a name, Disneyland. However, the road to success was not easy. Disney told the investors about his ideas for Disneyland. However, the investors thought that he was just tired of working. They asked Disney to find a place to relax himself. His brother did not support him either. He believed that the project would not bring revenue. Disney turned to the television industry for help. He finally agreed to cooperate with the ABC Television Group. The ABC Television Group gave him an investment of $5 million. Disney decided to broadcast the Mickey Mouse series on televisions. Soon, Walt Disney bought 160 acres of land in California. The construction of Disneyland started on July 16, 1954. The opening day was held on July 17, 1955. The construction lasted for exactly 1 year. Disneyland quickly became an American landmark. Walt Disney died on December 15, 1966, when he was 65. He was a man who believed in dreams.